Level 1. The Poison Tomb. You are 37 years old. Taranto, Italy, 1799. The dungeon floor is freezing. The water dripping from the ceiling tastes of damp stone and lime. You were once the commander of 50,000 French soldiers. But now, you are a prisoner in a dark, silent hole. The guards are slipping arsenic into your daily soup. The poison eats your stomach, blinds your right eye, paralyzes your leg. The republic you bled for has forgotten you. Napoleon has abandoned you to rot. Your legendary muscles that once carried horses are withered. You look at the heavy iron door and you wait. How did the son of a slave who rose to command the army of the Alps end up in this dark tomb? It began far away, under a burning Caribbean sun, on a shoreline white with heat. Level 2. The Sugar Docks. You are 14 years old. Saint-Domingue, 1776. The air smells of boiling molasses and the sweat of 1,000 slaves. You are the son of a French marquis and a black slave woman. Your father is broke, desperate to buy passage back to France. He makes a cold financial choice. He sells you, his own son, to a local slave trader. You stand on the docks, watching his ship sail away. You are a commodity, a piece of property. The overseer's whip cracks in the distance, and the tropical heat burns your skin. But your blood is noble, and you swear you will not die in these fields. For years later, your father returns, not out of love, but because he needs an heir. You leave the sugarcane, but the scars on your mind will never fade. You are going to Paris. Level 3. The Blue Dragoon. You are 24 years old. Paris, 1786. You have spent years learning to fence, to ride, to live like an aristocrat. But when your father remarries, he cuts you off completely. You are left penniless in the streets. You decide to enlist in the French army as a private, a simple dragoon. But your father forbids you from using his noble name. Fine. You sign the papers with your mother's name, Dumas. You wear the simple blue uniform, clean the stables, and endure the insults of your peers. But you are stronger than all of them. One day in the stables, you climb a wooden beam and lift your horse between your thighs. The soldiers watch in absolute silence. You are no longer a slave, no longer a bastard. You are a soldier of France, and the revolution is coming. Level 4. The Sword of Flanders. You are 30 years old. Villers-Cotterets, 1792. The French Revolution is burning, and Europe has declared war on the new republic. Stationed in a small town, you meet Marie-Louise, the daughter of an innkeeper. Her eyes are warm, and for the first time, you feel a sense of peace. But there is no time. You are sent to the front lines. In the snowy forests of Flanders, you lead a small patrol of dragoon scouts. Suddenly, you are surrounded by Austrian cavalry. They charge. You do not retreat. You raise your heavy cavalry saber. You slash, parry, and strike with terrifying speed. Single-handedly, you capture 12 enemy soldiers and lead them back to camp. The story of the giant black officer spreads like wildfire. The Republic needs heroes, and you are promoted to general. Level 5. The Monster of the Alps. You are 31 years old. Mount Cenis, 1794. You are the commander of the Army of the Alps. The mountains are a wall of ice and wind. The Austrian troops hold the high peaks, firing down at your men. The temperature is below zero, and your soldiers are freezing. Terrified of the steep cliffs, you take the lead. In the pitch black, using iron hooks, you climb the vertical ice walls. Your hands bleed, but you do not stop. You reach the summit and pull your men up, one by one. The Austrians are sleeping, confident that no army could climb this wall. You strike like a phantom, The pass is captured. Your legendary strength becomes a myth. Your men see you lift cannons. The Austrians call you the Black Devil, a name whispered with fear in every pass. Level 6, the Horatius of Clausen. You are 34 years old. Tyrol, Austria, 1797. You are fighting under a rising young general, Napoleon Bonaparte. But Napoleon does not like you. You are taller, stronger, and more popular with the men. During a retreat, the Austrian army presses hard. You are left at a narrow wooden bridge over a deep ravine. Your men are panicking, fleeing. You stand alone on the bridge. You block the path with your massive horse. The Austrians charge. You swing your heavy cavalry saber, slashing through wood and steel. They surround you. They cut your horse down. But you rise. You fight on foot, bleeding, holding the narrow bridge alone until French reinforcements arrive. Napoleon calls you the Horatius of the Tyrol. But in his heart, he begins to fear your shadow. Level 7, the Sands of Egypt. You are 36 years old. Alexandria, Egypt, 1798. You are commanding the cavalry in Napoleon's grand invasion. The desert heat is a burning furnace, and the men are dying of thirst. Napoleon's ambition is limitless, but you see the truth. This campaign is a disaster, built on lies. In a tent, you confront Napoleon. You tell him that you fight for the French Republic, not for his personal glory. Napoleon's eyes burn with rage. He warns you that he will destroy anyone who stands in his way. You walk away, refusing to bow. When the French fleet is destroyed, you ask to return home to your wife. Napoleon lets you go, but he does not forget. You sail across the Mediterranean, but your ship is leaking, and the sea is full of enemies. Level 8, the poison in the soup. You are 37 years old. Taranto, Italy, 1799. Your leaking ship is forced to land in the Kingdom of Naples, an enemy of France. You are immediately arrested and thrown into a damp, dark dungeon. You expect Napoleon to rescue you, to negotiate for his famous general. But Napoleon remains silent. He wants you forgotten. For 2 years, you rot in this cell. The guards slip arsenic into your food. The poison eats away at your stomach. It takes the sight in your right eye. It paralyzes the left side of your face. You, the giant who carried horses, are reduced to a shadow. You carve your wife's name into the prison wall, and you pray. You survive on sheer will, refusing to die in this tomb. But when you are finally released, you are a broken man. Level 9, the Ghost of the Forest. You are 39 years old. Villers-Cotterets, 1801. You return to the arms of your beloved Marie-Louise. She weeps when she sees you. She cannot recognize the limping, half-blind man standing before her. You are penniless. Napoleon has declared himself first consul, and he has stripped you of your rank. He refuses to pay your back pay. He denies you your pension. Even worse, he reinstates slavery in the French colonies, erasing everything you fought for. You write letters to Napoleon, begging for the money you earned. He ignores them all. You spend your days walking through the forests, clutching your old cavalry saber, staring at the trees. The world has moved on, and the republic you bled for is dead. You are a ghost in your own home. Level 10, the Bedtime Stories. You are 43 years old. Villers-Cotterets, 1806. The cancer in your stomach is spreading fast. You know your time is short. Your 4-year-old son, Alexander, sits on your lap. He has your dark eyes and your wild imagination. You cannot leave him money. You cannot leave him land. All you have are your stories. You tell him of the black boys on the sugar docks of Saint-Domingue, the blue dragoons in Paris, the ice walls of the Alps, and the giant holding the bridge alone. Your voice is a whisper, But the boy listens wide-eyed. You teach his small hands to hold your heavy cavalry saber. You tell him that a man must always fight for his honor, no matter the cost. You are preparing him to write the history that they tried to steal from you. Level 11, the living legacy. You are 43 years old. Villers Cotteritz, 1806. It is your final day. The room is cold. The fire has died down to gray ashes. You close your eyes, and the pain finally stops. You are buried in an unmarked grave, forgotten by the empire you helped build. But they could not kill your spirit. Decades later, your son Alexander will write your story into the pages of history. The prison walls of Taranto will become the Chateau d'If. Your battle on the bridge will become the blade of D'Artagnan, and your defiant heart will live forever in the Count of Monte Cristo. It began with a boy watching a ship sail away from the sugar docks of Saint-Domingue. It ended here, in a quiet room, with your son holding your hand. You are no longer forgotten, and now you are history.